Right, let's take you straight to KZN now, outside the Durban University of Technology, where the EFF student leader there is addressing the media. Sese to Godlimpi. Let's listen in.
Special greeting to all students whom have trusted us with authority to govern this institution, which continue to hire izinkabi to kill innocent fighters and ordinary students for demanding nothing but what rightful belongs to them, which is free education. Especially greetings to cleaners and security guards whom we fearlessly identify ourselves with throughout their struggle for insourcing. We would like to take this opportunity to send a special condolences to Mlungisi Madonsela family. Mlungisi Madonsela is a fighter whom we proudly associate ourselves with, who died for a noble cause, a cause to achieve free decolonized education in our lifetime. He died a very painful death, yet a revolutionary death. He died on the line of a duty of the revolution. At this time, we share the pain of Madonsela's family in spirit, emotionally, physically, and otherwise. We share equal pain with the family, not only because Mlu was a fighter, but simply because he became more than a fighter to us. He was a colleague, friend, brother, a revolutionary of note. We met at the time where things are normal within and outside DUT. We meet where the whole KZN in the institution of higher learning is a standstill. Fellow students, parents, and South African DUT is at crisis. Students are being arrested, shot, killed by their own parents, whom are security guards and police. We are being killed by people who are supposed to be protecting us instead of killing us, instead of not killing us. We are being killed by people who do not afford this education we want. Without any waste of time, we wish to take this opportunity to take all South Africa into what has transpired at DUT. On Monday, the SRC submitted the Memorandum of Demands to Vice-Chancellor Prof. Mthembu, which among things included the unblocking of the students, accommodation crisis, and insourcing of security guards and cleaners. The SRC yesterday was called into the meeting to address issues which were raised into the memorandum. We were hoping to have fruitful and healthy discussion with the executive. However, the executive decided not to engage on issues raised rather than intimidate, threaten us with the expulsions. The entire meeting that we had with the executive of DUT yesterday was nothing but how we are going to be dealt with systematically and otherwise. The students who were wearing an EFF t-shirt were not allowed to enter the campus, including some of the SRC members who missed the meeting because they were wearing an EFF t-shirt, while members of the EFF Student Command DUT were standing outside DUT singing waiting for a response from the management on the issues raised. The security guard came with their managers who were carrying guns. They have just used the paper spray without any reasons. As a result, EFF Student Command members responded with the stone as to open a space for running. Then the security guards started to use their guns against the EFF Student Command members, and others managed to run away, and one of the EFF Student Command members was gunned down. After the killing of the EFF Student Command member, the security started to use their rubber bullets and stones. As a result, one of the staff members was badly injured by a stone. We had to stop any car as to rush to hospital, in which we were assisted by two guys. The securities came to hospital with police to arrest more students. As a result, no one was able to communicate with the doctors because we had to run away. And students were arrested at hospital. The hospital cameras will also serve as an evidence. The hospital could not assist as no one was going to sign bill. As a result, my brother passed away. Fellow students of DUT, parents, and concerned South Africans, we believe it is necessary that we must give a historical background on the following issues. Implementation of free education as committed by the former President Jacob Zuma. The SRC have been tireless fighting for implementation of free education in this university, given the historical background of black students in general, Africans to be more specific. Majority of the students whom are first-year students and returning are blocked for registration and residencies simply because they cannot afford to pay either registration fees or they are owing the institution, yet they were promised free education by the former president Jacob Zuma and the current president Ramaphosa. The issues of residencies, when we were voted into office, we made a commitment to our voters that we will double the capacity intake of residencies within DUT. The process of doubling the intake of residencies started early last year through engagement we had with the executive, say DUT, known for doing things at 11th hour, and our approach was that we must avoid such because it always led students' leadership to engage on unnecessary mass actions which could have been avoided if planned properly. The SRC and DUT executive agreed that the tender process must be opened and be dealt with before December holidays. The SRC set target of a minimum students who must be accommodated by the university, which approximately 12,600 Durban campus only. Out of many commitments that we had last year and other strategic meetings that SRC had to attend, we trusted the committee to finalize other pending buildings which could not inspect where people who lied throughout the process that they meet criteria set for one to qualify for his or her house or building to be converted into student residence. Some went to an extent of calling a vacant land as buildings. Some converted all small factories into residences that students must use. Some bidded with buildings under construction. The committee approved such nonsense. Students are being allocated into such mediocrity. Some students who are allocated into these factories, vacant land, buildings under construction and shacks are told to take it or leave it. If you were allocated into vacant land, they reallocate you to some shack or Bethel house. The SRC was and is saying DUT must not normalize corruption, and we must deal with it whenever it finds it ugly head, but those who are beneficiaries are defending it. The issue of insourcing and cleaners, security guards. On our inauguration speech, we made a commitment that all security guards and cleaners must be insourced and be given equal benefits like ordinary staff members of DUT. We note the inability of the state to play its role of protecting the weak in our communities. This is because all suspects in the unceremonious ending of our fighter law and students are still roaming the streets like it is happening in our community. We do not accept this tendency and incompetency of the state. They are very quick to act on students, as 4 of our own slept in jail cells on allegation of public violence. Today, it is confirmed that public violence in our country is more dangerous than a murder. Thank you very much.
No, I will now allow the question, if any a question arises. The only question must cover only the issue of protest and killing of students. No other questions will be allowed. You can ask directly to the president. We will go to most of the questions.
Louis Kumano from the SSCC News. According to the police, they said that you have been in hiding and you do not want to come front and give a statement about the events that happened yesterday.
Usiphamandla konke kwa-ENCA, where to from here? What happens next? Are you intensifying your protest action?
Lwandile Tengu from Times Live. Since the incident, how has the engagement with you and management been so far regarding the shooting of the students?
Can you repeat the question?
How has the engagement between the EFF and management been after the shooting of the students? Have you engaged with management about the issue?
Can I respond?
Yeah, I think can
Start with the question with you. my sister here right next to me. No, we haven't engaged with the management. More especially, I've lost my phone through Monday's protest. By the way, I wish to state it very clear. Yesterday, we were not protesting. The students were standing there behind our open house where we used to stay because we were not allowed to come on campus. So yesterday, there were no protests. We were just having a meeting. Comrades were waiting for us for a response in order for them to see the way forward. As I've just explained, that what has just transpired at that moment that causes that conflict between the securities and the students is that the security guard came out of campus and attacked the students with the spray gun. They used the spray gun, and the students, they dispersed. They came back with the stones, and that's where the shooting came along. Can you please remind me the question of?
No. And another question is where to next? Are we going to intensify the protest? Are we going to what are we going to do after?
No, that question is very, very, very clear. No, ours as the SRC is not to engage on a protest every time. If they respond to us in a good way, obviously there is no need to protest. As we did yesterday, we never protested. It was just the conflict between the students, and also, as you can see, that there were few students. They were attacking the EFF student command students. As a result, one of us has been shot. Moving forward from now on, we will hear, because our meeting, the results of especially the unblocking, they promised that everyone will be unblocked by the end of yesterday. Because the system, they could not finish up the work that they were doing because of the incident. They had to close the university, so obviously they could not work, and even today the university is closed down. So we will wait for them. Once the institution is open, we surely believe that every student will be unblocked and there will be no need for protest.
No, there's a last question. According to the police, they say you are in hiding. Can you confirm the statement?
No, I was not hiding. We went to after the shot of the student, we went to the hospital because we saw that the police, they were chasing us. We try by all means to run so that we can be able, also us, to brief everyone on what is happening, because police, they do not ask. If you are wearing a red t-shirt, they arrest you. You're wearing a red t-shirt, they arrest you. Only red t-shirt that were arrested. If you were there or you were not there, they do not care. They are just arresting. So that is the case. We are not running away.
Okay. My name is Bongan Anti from Independent Media. I just want to understand, did you see who might have shot this guy? Was it a security guy, a security guard, or a police SAPS officer? And another question is, who acting premier has offered to lead a team of MECs in a meeting that will find a solution to this issue that is facing the institution of higher learning. And are you seeing anything? Are you going to entertain that offer? Are you seeing anything that is going to come out of that offer, of that meeting? Amanda Goke from NCA again. Is it true that you were arrested? Can you confirm that as the SRC president at DUT? Were you arrested by the police?
Can I quickly respond? This one, yeah. Can you repeat this one?
Oh, can you repeat
the last one?
The last
one. Can you expect anything positive that might be to come out of the meeting with Zikazilala and the MEC with regard to the issue of the strike within the universities and the colleges?
No, I don't think there is anything that can come out that can assist us as a student with Zikazilala. The only thing that they should be focusing on is to make sure that the person who shot the student is arrested. Because I was told that at the police station, the person who shot the student was there pointing other students that were there. In making sure that they are arrested, and the police, they never arrested the person who shot the student. So I'm not expecting anything, any positive from Sihle Zikalala. I am not expecting any positive response from him. And also the question of me being arrested. Yes, I was arrested, and I was arrested around 2:30 at a Bria police station, and I came out 11 o'clock, and I was charged. I'm still going to be attending the cases, the public violence, of which I'm not sure about other cases that I'm charged, but I've got 6 charges that I do not know.
Okay, the other question, did you see the student that was shot?
Yeah. Yes, the person who shot the student is not the police, it's the security guard who's a supervisor here by the name of Mr. Biko. Yes, he is the one who shot the student, and every student who was there, and even on the videos, we do have the footage, by the way, on our cell phones. There was someone who was taking the footage, so we'll send it to you. You will see by yourself who shot the student.
Can I take my brother in?
Yes, sir.
Kavil Singh from News 24. Just in terms of your national leadership for the EFF, have you guys engaged them? And if you have, what sort of response have they had toward this? What sort of action have they instructed you to take?
Yes, obviously, when we were contacting them, they were very disappointed. But it was the matter of emergency. We were calling them in order for them to give us the guidance and also to provide us with lawyers, because we knew it very well that our students are arrested. We're going to be needing the lawyers. So we were contacting them on that basis. And indeed, they provided that. They gave us the way forward that we should come down. As you can see, that all the comrades here, yes, we are angry and we are sad, but we decided to just sit down and brief the media. Then the way forward, we will hear from the leadership nationally on what to do moving forward.
Going forward, as the EFF student command on campus, do you have a strategy on how to deal with these issues with management in advance to prevent the situation where we have these types of protests each and every year, which leads to situations like this?
You know, before the protest begins,
all right, that is the media briefing there being addressed by Sesetu Godlimpi, who is said to be the SRC president, but also the EFF student command leader in KwaZulu-Natal. And just a few things that he has mentioned. Firstly, to send condolences to the family of the student and their fellow member that they have now identified as Mlungisi Madonsela. And you will have noticed there that just the last few minutes of that presser, he actually has alleged that a Mr. Bengu, who is a security supervisor at DUT, is the person that they are alleging is the one who shot and killed Mlungisi Madonsela. Another startling claim there from the EFF student command is that the student who was shot, Mlungisi Madonsela, was rushed to hospital, but he was not attended to timeously because no one could sign the admission forms in hospital. So that is one claim that is very startling. I would have to listen for any responses there in regards to whether or not this student was not attended to as he needed emergency assistance.